Thank you. Please welcome Carrington Higgins as she does our national anthem, and after we will have the pledge. Carrington.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Carrington. I'm not going to do the pledge. I said I'm not going to do it. Good evening. Welcome to the Cohn High School class of 2026 graduation ceremony. I am Dr. Miriam Harrington, Executive Principal at Cohn High School. Class of 2026, you are an exceptional vision to see, and it's a joy to see the pride and excitement that exhibit for you today and your future. I want you to know that everyone in this building shares your excitement. We are here not only to celebrate the accomplishments of completing high school, but we're also here to celebrate your future. You have been in school for 13 years. In these 13 years, you have been supported, encouraged, and loved only by a special group of people. If you are a parent of a graduate this evening, please stand as the class of 2026 salutes you. We thank you, Mom, Dad, grandmother, auntie, cousins, siblings, the village for being the rock for this class. Thank you. You may be seated. It is also a great honor that I welcome for you our distinguished platform guests tonight. We want to welcome T. Kane Fane, our MNPS board member, K.C. Winfrey, our high school executive director, Dr. Rodney Rowan, our executive officer of schools, and Senator Charlene Oliver, Tennessee State Senator for District 19. She is our special guest speaker this evening. Finally, there are a group of people here that have poured into the knowledge and skills that have brought you to this event. Will all the Cohn faculty and staff Please stand. Any teacher that have taught students in this graduating class or supported them or encouraged them, any faculty, staff member, please stand. Thank you. You may be seated. Again, welcome and thank you for your support of Cohn High School. We want to celebrate each student tonight with dignity and pride. Please demonstrate the utmost respect to these students during their ceremony. At this time, I want to bring to the stage our salutatorian, Tiaja Frazier.
Good evening, everyone. I am Tiaja Frazier, your class of 2026 salutatorian. Tonight is surreal. Standing here in this position with this title is something I never imagined for myself, and honestly, something I never even planned for. First, I want to acknowledge the people who supported me along the way. My mom, who has been my anchor through every storm. Without you, I would not be who I am today. You supported me in many ways, and no words could ever amount to how much I love and appreciate you. And my friends, who have been my laughter, my comfort, and sometimes the only reason I came to school. And I also want to thank the teachers who pushed me, challenged me, and refused to let me settle for what I thought was good enough. When I first came into high school, I was not thinking about grades, GPAs, or class rankings. I was focused on living in the moment, enjoying the social side of school. Academics were there, but they were not my priority. I did what I needed to do to pass, and sometimes I didn't even check my grades. I didn't think about the long-term picture. I thought I had time, but time flew by. Life happened, I lost my dad, and my GPA dropped. Not significantly, but enough. Eventually, something changed. Maybe it was fear, maybe something just clicked, or maybe it was the realization that I could not sit idle and expect my life to magically fall into place. So, I decided if I wanted a future I could be proud of, I would have to earn it. I signed up for every advanced class I could, not because I wanted to be top of my class. That wasn't even on my mind. I did it because I wanted to become someone with purpose, someone with direction, and someone my family could be proud of. And thanks to Dr. Lawless, I learned a phrase that became my anchor. Yeah, that happened, but what comes next? That taught me not to dwell on every bad thing that happens to me. Those words taught me that my story didn't end with the things that hurt me, it continued with the choices I made afterwards. High school taught me that it is okay to need somebody. We are like seeds. We start small and need attention and support to grow into something significant. As hard as it is to step out of your shell, it is important to have someone who listens, someone who pushes you, someone who reminds you that you're capable of anything. The person may have been a friend, a teacher, or a family member, and for many of us, it was all of the above. I just want to take the time to thank the teachers who supported me. First, I want to thank Ms. Miller. Ms. Miller, thank you for being there for me since the very first day I walked into your class sophomore year. Thank you for the hangouts, the girl talks, the laughs, and the moments where you reminded me that it was okay to open up and not be so reserved. Thank you for keeping me on track when I was slipping and for being someone I could trust, not just as a teacher, but as a person. You guided me far beyond school. You instilled in me what it means to be a young lady and not to lower my standards or expectations for anyone or anything. I thank you for being unapologetically you because their personality is beautiful. Second, I want to thank Ms. Ajiman. Ms. Ajiman, thank you for talking to me, for letting me sit in your class with you during the school day, and for listening to me when I lost my dad. I never really opened up about that with anyone, but I am thankful for you listening to the parts I decided to share. Thank you for being there every time I came around and for offering me comfort without judgment and for giving me a space where I felt safe. Thank you for all of the hugs and saying that I am easy to love because I needed to hear it. Your kindness meant more than you'll ever know. Last but not least, I want to thank Dr. Lawless. Dr. Lawless, I still remember the first week of junior year. I refused to talk to you, but by the end of that month, I somehow wound up in your class every day. I want to thank you for pushing me out of my comfort zone, even when I resisted it. Thank you for correcting me when I needed it, preparing me for the next stage of life, giving me confidence at the exact moments I did not have any, and for making me see the importance of hard work. You challenged me in ways that made me better, stronger, and more ready for what is to come. You taught me that there is more to life than the present and that there will always be a problem, but how I choose to solve it is what matters. Dr. Lawless, you have given me someone who supported me throughout high school and will be there for me after, and for that, I am eternally grateful. These people reminded me that success isn't something we achieve alone, even if that is what we want. It's something we build with the help of those who guide us and believe in us, even when we're struggling to believe in ourselves. So, as we step into this next chapter of our lives, I hope we remember this. Our GPA does not define us, our test scores do not define us, and it is okay to ask for help. What defines us is our resilience, our hard work, our courage, our ability to keep going when life gets complicated, and the people who help us rise when things get hard. We've already overcome so much, and because of that, I know we're ready for whatever comes next. As for me, I am going to the University of Louisville as a biomedical science major to pursue a career in sports medicine. Congratulations, class of 2026. We made it, truly, fully, and against all odds. I am proud of every one of us. I wish you guys the best of luck on your next journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Frazier. At this time, we would now like to open the floor to our valedictorian, Mr. Cimarron Martin.
Good evening. My name is Cimarron Martin, and I'm your 2026 valedictorian. It is my pleasure and honor to be the valedictorian for this extraordinary class of 2026. I would like to take this time to acknowledge my dad for always pushing me to do better. His encouragement reminds me of a funny moment where one time I came home with a 96 in my audio production class, and he asked me, why did I not have a 100? He is not the only one that has pushed me to excel, though. Teachers like Mr. Pomerantz, Mr. Shannon, Mr. Rodenberg, Mr. Shelton, Ms. McKell, and lastly, Ms. Cohn, have constantly motivated me and encouraged me. These are teachers that have made the biggest impact on my life, more than words can express. I want to also recognize my fellow graduates who have put in 13 years of hard work with me to get to this moment. It seems like just yesterday, we were freshmen walking into Cohn enjoying our first ever pep rally. Everyone was searching for their place. Some people put on a persona, and some people just did what the trend was at that moment. I was fortunate enough to be able to find myself through the AEI Academy in music. I have always had a passion for music ever since I was young. Music has been one of my biggest inspirations. Music allows me to freely express myself and not be told what to do by anybody else. I think we all can agree that music helps whether you're mad, sad, or glad, and that's what makes it special. I would like to give special thanks to Ms. Cohn for helping pave my way. I have been able to grow in the music world in more ways than I can think of. This is from helping with Mr. Calvin's showcases, DJing some pep rallies, and even getting an internship at a church. I can attest that for my classmates, the other academies, like health science, helped Jada Parr get exposure to become a pediatric psychiatrist. Our cosmetology program has helped Jada Coward further her career and start her own hair business. I'm sure some of y'all got y'all hair done by her tonight, as a matter of fact. But do y'all remember when I said my dad asked me why I didn't have 100 even though I still had an A? You know, an A is an A. Well, it taught me something important. Even though at the time I was upset about it because, you know, an A is an A. What I took from this moment was to always strive for better. Really cliche advice, I know. And I'm sure all of y'all have heard it before. But a lot of people overlook this advice because of how straightforward it is. Let me give y'all an example. I have a friend, and she recently graduated college. I asked her, what does she want to do with her life? And her response was, I want to work for Tyson. Not Mike Tyson, Tyson the Chicken Company. A lot of people would have taken this at face value and been happy for their friend that they know where they want to work, but not me. In my head, I was asking, why not aim to be the CEO and be at the top of the company? And truth be told, I feel like every single one of us in this room today has the mindset of being at the top. If you want your CDL license, don't settle with just being a driver. Own your own trunking company. If you want to do hair, don't work in somebody else's shop. Start your own salon. As a class, the odds have been stacked against us. Did we let that hold us back? Absolutely not. People said we should do this, do that, or act a certain way. But what's special about all of us is we stay true to who we are. This day marks the end of a 13-year-long journey we were all forced to do. But it also starts our impact on the world. As for my next steps, I plan on using the Bell Tower scholarship I received to go to Belmont University. I want to leave my impact on the world through music and resonate with people just like your favorite artist resonates with you. Fat Mac, Top Op Jen, a couple of names. But I don't want to settle with just being an artist on a record label. I will start my own record label, and I will make other record labels change how they treat artists. With that being said, I know we are all capable of doing great things that can and will change the world. I can't wait to see what we all do 10 years down the road. And one last time, congratulations to the class of 2026.
Please give it up once again for our valedictorian and salutatorian, Cohn High School. At this time, we're going to have our Assistant Principal, Jamie Hall, come up to introduce our guest speaker of the evening, Ms. Jamie Hall.
Good evening, graduates, families, faculty, and distinguished guests. Tonight, it is my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Senator Charlene Oliver. Charlene Oliver is an award-winning nonprofit founder, political strategist, communications expert, and public servant with 20 years of experience in nonprofit executive leadership, public sector governance, strategic communications, and grassroots community organizing. Called into social justice activism when she co-founded the Equity Alliance in 2016 to unapologetically build Black political and economic power. Under her visionary leadership, she transformed TEA with $250 of her own money into $2.5 million powerhouse in just 5 years, earning the prestigious recognition as the Tennesseans' 2020 People of the Year. A nationally recognized voting rights advocate and speaker, Charlene was named by Reckon South among 8 Black women fighting for voting rights in the South after the election of President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. In 2022, Charlene was elected to the Tennessee State Senate. Now serving in her first term as a People's Senator for the 19th Senatorial District. She leads the Senate Democratic Caucus as Vice Chairwoman and the Tennessee Black Caucus of State Legislatures as Vice Chair. Senator Oliver is a member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and serves on the National Board of Women in Government. She holds a bachelor's degree from Vanderbilt University and a master's of public administration from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. A native of Little Rock, Arkansas, Charlene is married to her husband of 20 years, and they have 3 children together. Please join me in giving a warm Pearl Cohn Fireborough welcome to Senator Charlene Oliver.
Good evening, Pearl Cohn, class of 2026. Is it a celebration in here or what? Y'all a little too quiet up in here. Let me first say, I heard just last night that Pearl Cohn track team won the state championship. Congrats to you guys. What an accomplishment. There is so much excellence coming out of this institution. I am so deeply honored to stand before you tonight, not just as your state senator, but as someone who stood exactly where you were as a high school senior, facing choices that would define my future. Now, I know that this is a part of the ceremony where someone stands up here and tells you some cheesy, inspiring lines about how the world is yours. But I want to keep it real with you. The real world, the world that feels like it's on fire right now, the one that feels like it's complete chaos right now, it's not just going to hand you everything you want. You got to go get it. You got to go take it. So tonight I want to leave you with one word, a word to carry with you when you walk out of here into the rest of your lives. And that word is rise. So can I hear you say rise? Rise, yes. So let me break it down for you what that means. The R in rise means remember your roots. So I'm a black woman. I'm also a wife and mother of 3. I'm a sexual abuse survivor, a proud product of public schools, and a daughter of the Deep South. I grew up in Little Rock, Arkansas, raised in poverty by a single mother who did not play about keeping our nose in the books. I was a shy kid, but an outstanding student athlete. I was in the National Honor Society. I went to Arkansas Girls State. I made the all-state team in basketball, volleyball, and softball. I lettered in all 3 sports, and I graduated number 3 in my high school class with a 4.125 GPA. Now, that was the glamorous part of my childhood. What I failed to mention was the domestic violence that I witnessed at home, the abusive relationships that I endured, the teen depression and the suicide attempt in 11th grade, or the pedophile boyfriend who got me pregnant 5 months before graduation. I was standing on the edge of a future that could have swallowed me whole. I had already gotten accepted into Rhodes College in Memphis, Spelman College, Emory University, Grinnell College in Iowa, Washington University in St. Louis, and yes, Vanderbilt University. I had 2 choices. I could become a teen mom and close the door on my future, or I could walk through the doors that were already open for me. And I chose Vanderbilt University. I chose my future. I made it through 4 years on work study, Pell Grants, food stamps, fighting the feeling that I didn't belong on a campus full of wealthy, privileged, trust fund babies. So I know what it's like to struggle. And I need you to know this. Your roots are not your limitation. They are your launch pad. In a world that wants you to clone yourself for TikTok followers, remember, you are one of one. In a society that wants to ban books, erase our history, dismantle DEI, and dilute our voting power, remember to return to your roots. I walk into the Tennessee State Capitol every day with 6 strikes against me. I'm a black woman, I'm young, I'm a Democrat in the super minority, I'm a freshman legislator, and I'm a mother with young kids. And some people may call those weaknesses, But me, I call those superpowers. So I need you to know who you are. Remember your roots and wear them like a badge of honor. The I in RISE is invest in yourself. Listen, now somebody would have told the 12th grade year-old me that I would become a state senator and my name would be etched in history books. I probably would have slapped your mama. I didn't grow up thinking I was going to be a politician. I wasn't born into connections and privilege and didn't have an inheritance passed down to me. My journey into politics didn't start with the title. It started with pain I could no longer ignore. So on February 26, 2012, just 2 days after my son was born, Trayvon Martin was murdered in Florida. And I had to face the reality of raising a black son in a world that saw him as a threat. And then Mac Brown, Tamir Rice, Freddie Gray, Philandus Castile, Terrence Crusher, Sandra Bland. Over and over, one by one, the system kept killing our black brothers and sisters. And I looked around and I realized I couldn't keep waiting for someone else to come save us. So in 2016, I co-founded the Equity Alliance with $250 of my own money, a small group of black women tired of asking for permission to lead. We registered thousands of black voters in barbershops, laundromats, housing projects, and college campuses. We showed up at the legislature uninvited, unbossed, and unbought. By 2020, we had organized the largest George Floyd protest in Nashville. We put $22 million in relief into the hands of black and brown people during COVID. And we won 2 federal court victories protecting voting rights from Republicans. That year, I was named Tennessean of the Year, an accolade only bestowed upon a handful of notable Tennesseans, Dolly Parton, Taylor Swift, and Vice President Al Gore, to name a few. A $250 personal investment became a $2.5 million organization in just 5 years. Thank you. So I say to you, don't wait. Don't wait for the time for someone else to give you permission to lead. Bet on yourself, because the reward follows. The S in RISE stands for Stand Up for Justice. Real leadership isn't measured by prestigious titles. It's measured by what you do for other people. And sometimes standing up means literally standing up and standing on business. Just 2 weeks ago, my Republican colleagues gerrymandered racist congressional maps to steal a House seat from Memphis and erase black voting power, the most brazen attack on black political representation this nation has ever seen since Jim Crow. In that moment, on the Senate floor, I remembered the famous words of Congressman John Lewis. When you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have a moral obligation to say something, do something, get in good trouble, necessary trouble. So what did I do? I stood on top of my desk on the Senate floor in protest. I started singing the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, and I held up a sign that said, No Jim Crow 2.0. I proudly stood in protest for my ancestors who fought, marched, and died for our right to vote. I stood up for Memphis, for my constituents, for my own children, and for future generations like you. The Speaker of the Senate cut off my microphone. The Sergeant at Arms snatched my sign out of my hand, and the clerk turned off my voting button. Afterwards, the Speaker called my protest disgraceful and unbecoming of a senator. But Pearl Cohn graduates, I want you to hear me very clearly. You will have to navigate spaces and systems not built with you in mind by people in positions of power who will never understand what it cost you to get to where you are, the sacrifices you made. Don't let anyone make you feel inferior or doubt what you know to be true, moral, and just. Thank you. Standing up for people who are being silenced is never disgraceful. Standing up when everyone tells you to sit down is exactly what you're supposed to do. This country doesn't need silent, complicit bystanders. It needs bridge builders, truth tellers, and courageous change makers. And the most important tool you have to make change is to vote. Voting is a powerful act of love and resistance. Voting is how we protect our rights, our futures, and each other. Voting is how we push back against injustice. So take a stand by voting often, voting early, and voting in every election every year. And lastly, the E in RISE is for embrace uncertainty. As you step forward into your next chapter, life is going to hit you with some plot twists you did not see coming. A job loss, a health scare, a death of a loved one, and I know some of you have already lost loved ones this year, an unexpected pregnancy, or even relocating to a new city. When I decided to run for office in 2022, it was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. I was the only woman in a 5-person race who had to win within 100 days. Nobody gave me a real shot, and everyone underestimated me. But I outworked my opponents, and I won. So every detour in my life led me closer to my divine purpose. So graduates, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Try the things that scare you. Take the calculated risk. Step outside your comfort zone, because it's in the risk where the biggest rewards are waiting. So as I close, so when life challenges you in this next chapter of life, and it will, trust me, I want you to remember to rise. Remember your roots, invest in yourself, stand up for justice, and embrace the uncertainty. Cohn graduates, your story is just beginning. You are stepping into a world that desperately needs your courage, your creativity, and your compassion. So congratulations, class of 2026. You the birthday. Now rise like the powerful firebirds that you are and change the world. Thank you.
Okay, rise, guys. Senator Oliver says we are rising, and we are going to do just that. So thank you once again, Senator Oliver. I would like to have our board member, T.K. Fain, to come up in just a second. Just a second. Going to have her come up, and we'll get to some very important business. But I want to have some last words as well to this class. Good evening to you once again. To the class of 2026, it has been a pleasure to share in your journey to this culminating event as a Firebird. Know that you entered those doors as a student and you will exit as a member of an alumni network whose legacy is powerful. I would be remiss if I did not take this final opportunity to share 4 final thoughts with you that you absolutely must know. The first is that you must hold yourself to high expectations and professionalism. You have overcome more than any other class in just a few months. You are first. For this reason, continue to move and live in being the first. For some of us, you're the first to attend college, the first to patent an invention, you know who you are. For others, you may be the first in your family to be a millionaire. This world is yours. Continue to set high expectations for yourself. Live your life in a manner that allows you to achieve your goals as you are the first. As you have shown by sitting in those seats today, if you want something, you must work towards it. If these last few months have taught us anything, we have learned that every moment counts and every interaction counts. I expect each of you to be positive influences in this world. You must create your own light. You have to get out there. You have to define yourself. If you don't, someone else will. The second thing is that you must know, it's a quote from Michelle Obama, You must work to create the world as it should be. To do this, you must show respect for how you want your life, your world, and your family. Use this thought as your roadmap throughout life. If anything or anyone gets in the way of that, you must then make a decision as to if that thing or person is important enough for you to not achieve the world as you want it to be or the world you want to live in. Is it ever going to be simple? No, it will never be. However, you shouldn't make these decisions and choices with haste. You have faced many choices in this life. You must know that every choice and decision you make is yours and yours only to make. You'll either rejoice or live by the consequences of these decisions. Respect those choices that will place you or move you forward in different directions. The third thought, you must invest in yourself. Meaning, as you make your decisions and choices in this life, be persistent, unyielding, insistent, and uncompromising. Choose you and your future in all things. There is a saying, be like a dog with a bone. I challenge you to be more than that. Every investment has a payday, and your payday will come one way or the other. The amount will be dependent on how much you have invested your time, talents, and resources. Know today that failure is a trial run before triumph. The race is never won by the one that quits or the one who never starts. If you never try or if you give up, you will not see victory or understand the glory of overcoming challenges. My final thought for you is to live in dignity and endure until the end, to be happy. Happiness is a conscious decision that you must choose each day. When you are happy, it transcends into your work, interactions with family, and ultimately it impacts your community. Find out what makes you happy, what makes you laugh, what makes you smile, and do that thing. Then teach others to be happy too. Class of 2026, you are here. You have shown that PC Pride is a life experience. You are that class that has been offered and accepted over $10 million in scholarships. Over a 4-year period, that's $40 million. Has broken state records in track. You are the class with 13% of the students that had a 21 plus on the ACT or has taken the ASVAB and outperformed there. You are the class that pushed us to think out the box and has experienced esports. You are the class that has gone to state championships in football, flag football, and track. Now, if anyone doubts, I ask the class to stand. Again, stand if you were awarded the University MNPS Scholarship and remain standing. Stand. Stand if you had over a 21 on your ACT. Stand. Stand if you were accepted into your school of choice or military service. Stand. Stand if you were offered, accepted a scholarship to college. Stand if you took honors classes, advanced placement, dual enrollment, any of those. Stand if you received certification in project management, medical assisting, CPR, Adobe Premiere, Pro certification, grading certification, OSHA, employability skills. Stand if you went on a college tour of any kind, because we like to get out that building, go see what's in there, so stand. That should be almost everybody. Stand if you took the ASVAB test. Stand if you completed your FAFSA for post-secondary education. Stand also if you already have a job that pays well. You know who I'm talking to. You should be standing. At this time, everyone in this class should be standing. When you leave our grounds today, I charge you to live in pride. Hold yourselves and others in professionalism. We prove we are the best. Respect. We always conduct ourselves in a manner that tells people who we are and what we stand for. Investment. Because we work hard and we invest, we have great outcomes. We pave the way for others to do the same. Dignity. We live in a dignified manner, make everyone turn their heads and know that we are Pearl Cohn. We endure. And at this time, everyone's standing, and if you don't know, now you know. Congratulations once again to the Pearl Cohn class of 2026. At this time, if our board member, Fang, will please join me. Board member Fang, the records of these students have been duly examined and found to be in accordance with the laws of the great state of Tennessee and the policies of the Metropolitan Nashville Public School System. I am proud to recommend the class of 2026 of Pearl Cohn High School for graduation. I certify that each graduate has completed all the requirements necessary to receive a high school diploma with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges bestowed upon each graduate.
All right. Y'all ready? I don't hear you. Are you ready? Okay, I got a couple of words I want to say. No, not really. Once a Firebird, what? All right. On behalf of the Metropolitan Nashville Board of Education, it is my honor to certify the graduation process and the awarding of high school diplomas to the 2026, y'all, graduates of Pearl Cohn High School. I further attest the students receiving these diplomas tonight have met or exceeded all graduation requirements mandated by Metro Nashville Public Schools and the State of Tennessee Department of Education. The Board of Education congratulates the students and their family members. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve you all and have you all in our schools. And we wish each and every one of you the best in your future endeavors. Let's go, y'all.
Now, I know y'all didn't come to hear me speak, so let's get on down to it, right? Mr. Amelang, Mr. Shadden. If you guys would please stand on the stage, you guys please stand as well. Cimarron Martin, Tiaja Frazier, LeBron Brooks, Isaac Flovell, James Miana Horner, LaDamian Hunter, Ariana Jones, Jada Parr, Zanaya Payne, Amadia Reedus, Zanaya Simpson, Adriana Williams, Hanan Abko,
Jalen Amos. Wayne Artis. Tanaya Austin. Naima Bahar Noel. Shalia Bateman. Kiari Beard. Dariana Bohannon. Malik Bond. Brianna Bauk. Romani Bradford. Kendrion Brewer. Renaya Brown. Jeremiah Brownlee. Chester Burgess. Nevaeh Capleton. Anthony Carnahan. Alex Clay. Jada Coward. Tiana Crump. Jalen Davis. Rico Davis. Zakiria Dowell. Renaya Ellison. Nakaya English. Naedi Pletas. Arquez Fontenot. Jalen Fox. Jordan Frierson. Jamila Gant. Kimberly Garcia Morales. Ivion Goff. Rob Coria Goodner. Carmelia Gray. Natasha Hairston. DeMarie Hall. China Harris Rucker. Mishaya Harris Rucker. Eric Hazelit. Curtis Holbert. Danshay House. Nathaniel House. Tanisha Jenkins. My son Jones. Rohan Cassie. D'Angelo Kennedy. Princess King. Jonice Laird. Zalia Lavender Gaddis. Carmelo League. Maurice Lilly. Donovan Marshall. Lakaya McAdoo. Damian McGowan. William Moore. Tim Maria Morton. Emmanuel Moses. Tania Neal. Lance Nedlick. Gael Nariwez. Charles Newton. Montavia Odom. Michael Olivas Barrios. Xavier Page. Marshawn Party. Cayman Phillips Grizzard. Gerald Reed. Devin Reeves. Ryan Ridley. Jordan Zaire Rollins. Jamora Smith. Jacqueline Smith. Montavia Simmons. Jordan Shelton. Lamarco Shaw. Cameron Ruffin. William Bailey Sowell. Amarion Stearns. Dominique Thomas. Diana Vaughn. Caleb Wade. Raynaya Wells. Eric Williams. Robert Williams II. Jayasia Wilson. Caleb Wright. Joshua Wright.
You are now members of a very prestigious group of people. If you are in the building and you are Pearl Cohn alumni, you have been joined. At this time, if you don't know the words, but you need the words to our alma mater, it is on the back of the program.
Oh, Pearl Cohn, black, red, and white, we see your fire shining through the night. We pledge our love, our hope, our faith. Our hearts will keep a place that belongs only to you. You're a mighty high school, our Pearl Cohn High.
sorry. This time, face me, sorry. You may now turn your tassels from left to right.